The sun has faded, Winona, but do not fear. It's time to turn on the light on Westmark Cable Studio 6. But beware, your worst comedy nightmares are about to come true, as live we present Light at Night.
Come in. Oh, hi, Heather. Come on in and have a seat, but you're going to have to be brief. You know, we're on the air and just a couple minutes here, you know.
I know, Al, but I felt I had to talk to you before the show.
Oh, my, this sounds kind of serious here, Heather.
It is, Al. See, I was talking to this guy today, Peter J. Kroll. You know, the guy who wrote that nasty column about you in the Winonan?
Yeah, I do seem to kind of vaguely remember some such column. Wasn't he the child genius who wrote this column thinking that I was the manager of the cable company when in fact all I am is in charge of Studio 6?
Yeah, that's him. Well, anyway, we got to talking, and he asked me to marry him. Now, I said yes.
Heather, how can you marry someone who hates everything Studio 6 stands for?
That's just it, Al. Pete wants to save me from the evil clutches of Studio 6. He wants to take me away from all this mindless madness and give me a more productive life, framing his beautiful artwork that he creates at Winona State University.
Heather, is that what you want?
Yeah, Al, it is. I've tasted 3 years of mindless dribble here at Studio 6. Now I have the chance to be with a child genius whose opinion is always right. I mean, always right. Pete thought it was wrong once, and he was mistaken. He's a genius, Al. I want to walk down the aisle with him. And when the minister asks if I'll take him in sickness and in health, for rich or for poor, to love, honor, and obey for the rest of my life, I want to look in his eyes and lovingly say, live from Studio 6, turn on the lights, Winona, it's time for Light at Night!
Westmark Cable Studio 6 presents Light at Night, starring your host, Al Light, and co-starring me, your announcer, Jill Hansel. And featuring the light-headed players Eric, not Dan Blocker Haas, Linnell, Masters and Johnson, Matt, the Sleaze Sheesby, John, Pretty Boy Schmid, and Heather, I Like Leather Logan. Tonight, on our 14th edition of Light at Night, Sid and Maury review the movies. Our guest is Caddy Kelly, who tells us of her latest biography, a sound effects quiz, music from the Whales, and Rob Edwards. Professor Lakowitz returns, an editorial from Dr. Dieter J. Kroll, a top 9 list and Studio 6 crew wheel, all this and much, much more. And now, a man whose only goal in life is to make P.J. Kroll's life a living hell, your host for Light at Night, Al Light.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this, count them all 14 Light at Night editions. Hi, David. How are you doing, David Boone?
Really good.
David, it was your birthday not too long ago.
Yeah?
Actually, birthday month here at Westmark Cable Studio 6. A lot of people had
Birthday
birthdays,
mania.
but more on that later. Now, a couple weeks ago, actually several weeks ago, almost a month ago, long time ago, we picked on St. Mary's College. Well, tonight it's only fair that we turn it around and pick at our other fine institution of higher learning, none other than Winona State. No, Winona State University.
St. Teresa.
But the problem is it's hard to pick on them because I've discovered that WSU is planning next year to raise their academic standards. I mean, so how can you pick on them? I think it's a great idea. WSU raising their academic standards. Unfortunately, many of us here at Studio 6 will no longer be able to attend that university probably. What do you think? Tony, you still going to be eligible next year?
I hope so.
He hopes so. I think it's good that they're raising their academic standards. A couple of examples of why the need is so great for Winona State to raise its academic standards, and these are just personal observations I've made in my years in Winona, and I'm a former student, by the way, of Winona State University, so I'm glad they waited a few years to raise those academic standards, like 10. But anyway, for example, once again, examples why I think it's good they're raising their academic standards. Personally, I met one student, and he had a doctor's appointment, and I found out he stayed up all night studying for his urine test before this doctor's appointment.
That's a tough test.
I don't know. He crammed all night, though.
Ooh.
Another student
how that feels.
Another student I was talking about, in fact, a potential hire here at Studio 6, and then I decided I better not hire him because this WSU student, he thought that Manuel Labor was the president of Mexico.
He's not?
Oh my God. He isn't?
And a third story, why I think it's good WSU is raising their academic standards. I took one WSU student up to the head end. Now, for those of you who don't know it, the head end is the name of the building here. It's a cable term. It's the name of the building we have way up on the bluffs at the tower, and it's where all the signals come in and then are distributed throughout this fine city of Community. We have satellite dishes up there, we have VHF antennas, we have UHF antennas, we have microwave. All the signals come in at the head end. Anyway, now that you know what a head end is, I take this WSU student, we go up to the head end, I open up the security gate, and then as we're walking the few hundred feet to the head end building, I complain about how cold it is. Well, this student, trying to be helpful, turned around and shut the gate, thinking that might... I think we explained that, John. We'll take you up there, John, but just don't shut the gate if it gets cold. It won't do any good. I think these higher standards are already helping too. One particular student, we won't mention any names, but he does write a lovely column for the Winonan.
Not.
Anyway, the higher academic standards has already helped him. He found 2 new uses for sheep, wool and mutton. Anyway, enough of the nonsense. We're even, we're square. I suppose we better do one on the VOTEC pretty soon. What do you think, David?
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who goes to VOTEC?
Yeah.
Do you know some people that go to VOTEC?
Yeah.
Well,
That assistant
Hang out.
manager from Wellington's.
hang out with them. Wellington, that's another story we'll get into too. I'd never go there, but you do what you want. I'd go to the other fine bars in this town, but if you want to go to Wellington's, go ahead. Hang out with these people that go to the VOTEC, Dave, and report back to me, and then we can do the VOTEC, okay? It's not a, it's what did they change their name to this year?
Technical college.
They're a technical college, no longer a...
Yeah, right.
David, it's a fine institution. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's quit stalling. The woman you've missed, you've dreamed about, you can't wait until she graduates and leaves this town. Jill, Hansel, and Gretel. Shut up, Shoes.
Hi,
Jill, She's comes in, chomping on something here in a pop, and doesn't even know the show started yet.
Well, it's one of those
She's,
things.
you're a little
Al,
late.
Oh my God. I gotta get ready.
Go get
Al, you know how much time you wasted on that monologue? It was
lot.
not written into your little format. We're going to be running late.
Jill, why are you always on me about this late
Shut
business?
up. Here's your top 10
How much
list.
time do we have? Tell them like it is.
Yeah. Do I get on you when you're late?
I'm never late.
Think about it.
I'm never late, Al.
Good for you.
You think
Jill.
about
Why
it.
isn't it the other way around?
Let's not get into it. She does an excellent job. That's part of Jill's job, is to make sure the show stays on time. And I make it very difficult for you to accomplish that task, don't you?
Come on.
Are you telling me it's time for the top 10 list?
Yes.
Well, we
top
don't,
10 list.
we don't-
Number 10 reason why.
we do not have a top 10 list, Jill.
Why not?
I don't know. You brought me a top 9 list.
Well, let me add one for you. Give me a pen.
Way to go, Jill. You're a top 10 loser.
Sorry.
Lazy.
Several of you have said your
Oh.
favorite part of the show is the top 10 list, and I'm sorry, my apologies. Tonight, it's only a top 9 list, and what it is the top 9 reasons we couldn't think of a top 10 list this week.
Wait a minute.
Top 9 reasons we couldn't think of a top 10 list this week. Let's do it.
Number
Number
9.
9. Al too busy contemplating suicide because P.J. Krall doesn't like him.
Al, don't, please. Jill at night.
Number 8. Crew too busy encouraging Al's contemplation of suicide because P.J. Krall doesn't like him. He doesn't like me, Jill.
Keep going, would you?
Number 7. Got bogged down in a quagmire.
What?
I just like saying quagmire.
Yeah, quagmire, quagmire.
Number 6. Too busy being all we can be at our weekend in the Army Reserve. Number 5. Too busy calling 452-6040 during business hours to order WrestleMania's History and Heroes, a World Wrestling Federation pay-per-view event that lets you relive all the drama and excitement of the past decade of professional wrestling. Maybe the most powerful argument of them all. Number 4, if we completed the list, Jill promised to cook us dinner.
Oh, no. Thank you all.
We would have been sick for a week. Number 3, VCR timer didn't go off, couldn't rip off Letterman.
Oh.
Number 2, entire crew came down with carpal tunnel syndrome.
Couldn't write.
Couldn't write. Carpal tunnel syndrome. We couldn't write. And the number 1 reason we couldn't think of a top 10 list this week, we just don't give a damn. Give a damn. It's
Just
spring.
don't
The
give a
weather
damn.
was nice. We said
Well, it was
number
nice.
10 will wait
It was nice.
until
Till
today.
today.
Well, then it
Pissed
got
me
kind of
off.
nice. As we were coming out of
It's chilly
Maurice's,
outside.
it was very nice.
Not anymore. Commercial?
Well, I haven't been out there, Jill. I had work to do. I
Right.
work. You guys frolic outside.
Ad break. After
We got a
this
great show
shout out.
tonight. Sid and Maury are back this week. We have music from the Whales and Rob Edwards. Our guest is Caddy Kelly, an author, does a lot of dirt digging as she writes biographies about people. An editorial comment from Dr. Dieter J. Krall, and much, much more. So stay tuned. We'll continue with Light at Night. Jill Hansel, Al Light, our cast of zany thousands. Right after this, Professor Lackowitz here too.
Oh, baby, how you well, I let it my brother. Cars, if we got cars, come on down to Bob's Roving Used Car Sales, where this week we're located in the Hardee's parking lot. But you better hurry, it's lunchtime, and you know what that means? A wider selection of cars to choose from. Hell, no hassles, no gimmicks, no keys. We'll haul any car here for you for only $99.95. For instance, take a look at this beauty. This here's, this Mercury, this beautiful Mercury, I'll sell this to you for $99.95. But you better hurry. Stop on down or call 1-800-45-STOLEN. That's 1-800-45-STOLEN. Call now. Well, I'm gonna make it for my friend. What do I do when my love is where you to be?
It seemed like a good idea. My brother got me this job in the warehouse, and I thought, this is great. Even the money isn't that good anymore. And I'm seeing my friends go places and pass me by, you know, and I'm beginning to feel like I'm the only one left. And just where do I go from here? And I come across this commercial for Mind Extension University, and they're telling me I can get my GED on my own time at home. And I think, this could be my second chance. I could do this.
Too big.
Too old.
Over 14 million dogs and cats are killed each year just for being born into a world that doesn't want
There are
them.
more kittens in the car.
Friends of Animals Spay and Neuter program makes you a big part of the solution for a fraction of the usual cost. All it takes is a phone call.
Poor thing.
Probably thinks he's going home.
Spaying and neutering is more than just a good idea. It's a matter of life and death.
Put yourself in someone else's shoes and do the something nice for someone else, bitch. That's it. Do something not for someone else, bitch. That's it.
Doing something nice is doing something right. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Hi, I'm Al Light of TCI Cable Studio 6, inviting you to join us for Winona Sports Talk. Every Sunday night, I'll talk to coaches, players, and people in the know about local Winona sports.
And I'll bring you the scores of every game, including highlights about the high school and college level.
And each week we'll take your phone calls to discuss local, regional, or national sports.
Plus, we'll play sports trivia, giving you a chance to win. So tune in every Sunday night live at 7 p.m. on TCI Cable Studio 6 for Winona Sports Talk.
Well, I met him, my brother.
Hello, welcome back to the show. Arguing with Jill. Jill says we're over. We're supposed to be 15:30 into the show after the first ad break. We are 16 minutes in. 30 seconds over. We're in good shape. 30 seconds.
We'll be late.
You gonna help me, Jill? You know
Of
how
course I
I
will.
mix up cards. Jill's the organized one of us all.
Always the
We're
organized
gonna do
one.
for you a little sound effects quiz tonight. And let's just do it. A little quiz. You can play along at home. We're going to listen to some sound effects and try to pick out the correct response. Let's do it. Sound effect number 1. Take a listen here.
Helicopter.
Yeah, this is the sound of A C-1 transport taking off, B, Mayo 1 on a medical emergency liftoff, and C, John Sununu taking his latest trip to Hawaii.
Whoa! How's your head there, Al?
I don't know. Tony Headroom Klipsick on camera 1 there.
You just cut his
Number
head
2,
right off.
take a listen to our next sound effect here. This sound is A ship coming toward another ship, B, a ship coming towards a drawbridge, C, Jill coming away from a big meal at Taco Bell's.
You're not getting the next card now. No.
I even paid for Taco Bell's today. Give me the next card. And boy, did I pay for Taco Bell. Anyway, number 3. The next sound effect is the sound of Pete J. Crawl enjoying all the fine humor he loves so dearly here at Light at Night. Pete J. Crawl laughing. Let's take a listen at this one here. He loves
What
it.
is that?
Pete J. Crawl laughing. The show just cracks him up each and every week.
You better get going, Al, before you lose it all.
Let's go back to quiz form here, Jill. This is the sound of, let's take a listen. That was the sound of A litter of puppies, B, the interior of a dog pound, C, the Studio 6 crew women having a little coffee clutch before tonight's show.
Hey! Who was out in the lounge today?
Cheese, come on out here and help me. Let's listen to a little more of that sound effect, see if we can pick out the voices. You gonna help, Cheese?
Al,
Let's listen to a little bit more of this.
Who were the people that was out in the lounge today?
There's Danielle. Danielle's always the loudest. She's right in the foreground.
There's Heather.
Yeah, Heather, the whiny one. Heather's the whiny one. Linnell, that's Megan on the phone. And Linnell calling to say she's going to be 10 minutes late. There we have it. Anyway, let's go move along quickly here. Sound effect number 5, take a listen. You hear this sound when A, you cut celery, B, you cut lettuce, C, you're a Studio 6 crew woman cutting up a part of Al's anatomy after that last joke.
What do you mean, Al? You don't have any of that anatomy to cut off.
One thing I'll say... Who put the quarter in Hansel here?
I told you I'd get you back.
That's one thing about
There's
Studio
more.
6 crew women. They don't get mad, they just get even.
There's more.
Sound effect number 6, take a listen here.
Ooh, that feels good.
This is the sound of A, kids at the municipal pool on the diving board.
What?
B, dropping a boat off its trailer into a river. C, Eric Haas getting into the bathtub. Sorry, Eric.
Ooh, I think he's mad now.
Eric's a nice young man. We really like Eric.
He's sick today.
And he's sick today. I
And
feel
he's at
horrible.
work.
We would make fun of a sick man like that.
Not me.
Yeah, we make fun of PJ Crawl, and he's sick too. Number
And you
7.
too, Al.
Take a listen.
What?
There's a little more splash there. Recognize that, Joe? Recognize that? This is the sound of A, John McEnroe losing to Bjorn Borg.
Bjorn.
B, Gabrielle Sabatini defeating Martina Navratilova. I can't talk tonight. Or C, John Schmid losing to his sister Anna once again.
Yay!
Yes, once again. Have you?
Beat her. I won't beat her yet.
Have you ever beat her, honestly, John?
Of course.
You have beat her before?
Yeah.
Rumor is you've never beaten her. Yeah, he's beat her with a tennis racket, not at the game, afterwards. Our next sound effect is one men all over the world, men from all over the world, hope to never hear while standing next to Heather Logan. They never want to hear this if they're standing next to Heather.
Yes.
It's a joke, Heather. Hi, Heather.
Oh, no.
Men all over the
What do you mean
world.
PJ Crawl's gonna marry her?
Yeah, PJ Crawl proposed, but we said men, Jill. The next sound, speaking of Pete Crawl, the next sound was heard after Jill denied to Pete Crawl. Jill denied to Pete Crawl that she is an employee of Al Light here at Studio 6. Immediately after that, this sound was heard. The rooster has crowed 3 times. Too cerebral?
Go on. Goodness.
It's because you've never read the Bible, Shees. Go home, read the New Testament. It's your assignment.
Yeah, but I'm Russian. Oh, that doesn't mean anything, does it?
I don't understand him.
Just go to number 10
Our
now
next
before
sound
we run out of
effect
time.
is the one you'll hear when Jim Pitts, our audio man here, is trying to sneak upstairs without waking his wife after staying out all night. Jim Pitts going upstairs, staying out all night. Take a listen.
Drinking too much there, Jim?
He has trouble getting up those stairs.
And she never wakes up.
And she never wakes up. It's the amazing part.
Like a log.
The next sound effect is the only sound you'll ever hear, no matter how long you may stand outside of my bedroom. Only one you'll ever hear. Never hear anything else but that if you're standing outside my bedroom.
Gee, what is it? Why is that? Al?
I lead a lonely life, Matt. It's very lonely.
Lonely at the top, huh, Al?
And finally, this is a sound you'll hear because people are so damn glad this damn sound effects quiz is finally over. Couldn't be more proud. Very happy.
I am.
Guess time, Jill.
What are we doing on time?
How are we doing on time? Sound effects quiz. We are supposed to be 20-30 into the show, and we're a couple minutes over now, Jill.
Four now.
You're supposed to know how far we're over. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Jill. We'll make it up. We'll make it up.
Come on, time is money.
Our guest tonight is a world-renowned author, famous for the biographies she writes on such notable personalities as Joan Collins and most recently Nancy Reagan. Did you read the Nancy Reagan book, Jill?
Not really.
I only did that to make you look foolish, Jill. Anyway, she is here tonight.
You do that all by yourself very nicely.
Sorry, Jill. Anyway, she is here tonight to tell us about her latest book that she is presently researching and writing, and to get an update on her progress of her new biography. Please welcome to Light at Night the beautiful Caddy Kelly, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in, Caddy. Thanks for coming. Have a seat. Clip on the mic. Very pleased to have you. Help her along there, Jill. Caddy, thanks for coming in. Welcome to the program.
My pleasure, Al.
And I tell you what, you've written several biographies on famous and notable people, Caddy, and you always seem to discover facts about these people that no one else seems to discover. And a lot of times these facts are, what's the word I should use, unflattering to your subject, the person you're writing the biography about. Are you always sure that, in fact, what you are writing is the absolute truth and nothing but the truth about these people, Caddy?
Of course, Al. I always use not one source, but at least 2 sources for everything I write.
Oh, really? And what might these sources be? Who are your sources Give us an example.
Well, usually my first source is someone who hates the person I'm writing about intensely. And my second source is usually my hairdresser, who knows everything about everybody.
Well, I imagine more reliable sources just can't be found.
Well, my hairdresser has impeccable character, and she can sure cut a mean feather style.
I'm sure she can. But enough on that. Let's turn our attention to this new book, this new project. Why don't you go ahead, tell us all about it.
Well, there's a child genius right here in Winona that I've decided to devote my new biography to.
Oh, really? A child genius living in our own town of Winona?
Yes, his name is Peter J. Krapp, and he works for one of the local campus newspapers here in Winona.
Well, this is exciting. A famous person right in our own town, and you're writing a book about him.
Well, my real interest in Peter J. Krapp is that he reminds me a lot of myself.
Oh, really?
His writing style and research methods are almost identical to mine. I tell you, we're dealing with a real child genius here. Because of that, I figured I'd better write a biography about him and drag his name through the mud before he becomes too famous and he starts in competition with me.
Well, very wise, Caddy Kelly. You always want to cover your butt
I have
there.
to look out for my future, Al.
Yeah. Well, can you tell us a little bit about what you and your researchers have found about Peter J. Krapp?
Well, we have a few interesting leads so far. The first is we're pretty sure about the St. Bernard incident in the park, but we're not quite as sure if he stooped as low as a chihuahua.
Man, you really are digging up the dirt, aren't you?
Well, we all have skeletons in our closets, and it's my pleasure to expose them, especially if it's a child genius punk trying to hone in on my territory in the writing world.
Well, you can't be too careful. What else have you found out about Mr. Peter J. Krapp?
Well, he's an art student.
Oh, he's
and,
an art student,
yes,
huh?
and I
you have examples of his
work?
work?
I sure do, right here.
Let's take a look.
Here's the
Let's
first
one.
one.
Oh, very, very something. I don't know what the word is for these, but some artwork here from Peter J. Krapp. What did you find?
Well,
how are these significant?
We showed these artistic renderings to a psychologist who specializes in such things, and his assessment is that we're dealing with a sexually frustrated young man with a sexual identity crisis inducing him into fits of paranoid delusions, of self-importance, and postulations based on incredulous and questionable facts.
Well, what does all that psychological mumbo-jumbo mean in layman's terms?
Well, it means that he can't get a date, so he takes his anger out on others. He's a real mess.
In other words, you're saying women keep rejecting him, so he has this big chip on his shoulder.
Well, sort of, but it's not women who reject him.
Well, let's not get into that right now. Anyways.
Yeah, well, we want people to wait till the book comes out.
Good idea. They can read all about it in the book. We're running out of time here, Caddy Kelly, and thanks a lot for coming. We really enjoyed it.
Don't you want to hear about the fondness he has for lace and silk?
Well, maybe next time. Thanks a lot for coming.
Okay.
Been a real pleasure. Caddy Kelly, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming. Bye.
Professor, her kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee.
Caddy Kelly, very nice. A new book. This one has a lot of dirt in it, Jill.
Well, Al, guess what? Her next book is going to be on...
Me?
No, me.
You? You have any skeletons in your closet,
Lots
Jill?
of them, Al.
Well, let's get to our talent so Jill can get off my back about how far we're running over in the show.
We are over
it's all
again.
Gonna fit in.
No, it's not.
Trust me on this, Jill.
Keep going.
Hey, I won't tell you about the last time I said trust me to a woman. Let's go to our first talent presentation of the book. And we are going to feature the Whales, whose lead singer is none other than Barb Tim, who is co-owners of Rascals, a very fun establishment. You ever been down to Rascals? Partying?
Talent presentation. Next up is Barb Tim and the Whales.
Yeah. What about it?
Time, Al. Come on. Come on. Hustle.
Let's
Hustle.
go to it. Here are the Whales, and the song they're going to sing is Standing on Shaky Ground. Rascals is a nice place. Let's listen to it.
He graduated from one of the best medical schools in the country.
Just follow the line.
Finished in the top of his class.
Take a deep breath.
Walked into a built-in practice with no startup costs or equipment expenses. And remarkably, he hasn't paid a penny toward malpractice insurance. But that's not all he's got going for him. He's an Air Force flight surgeon, and to understand the stresses of high-speed flight, he has to experience them firsthand.
Hanging in there, no problem.
For him, all the money in the world can't match the kind of G's he pulls down.
Great.
So if you want to practice medicine in a more stimulating atmosphere, no matter what your specialty, call 1-800-423-USAF. Aim high, Air Force.
This is the captain. Set the ship's course at 180, speed 10 knots.
Aye, aye, sir.
Left standard rudder, all engines ahead full.
All ahead full, sir.
Right standard rudder.
We're free to pursue life's simple pleasures.
Steady on course, sir.
Because they're out here guaranteed that freedom. The men and women of the Navy, out here today, safeguarding your tomorrow.
Steady as she goes, men.
Welcome back to Light at Night. Moving along quickly because Jill keeps reminding me we're about 4 minutes over on tonight's show.
What's up next?
We are going to our second installment of Professor Sherman P. Lackowitz. And last week, if you watched the show, he did a little experiment with his buddy Tom. Didn't work out too well. So they're going to try again tonight with a new science experiment. So with no further ado, let's go to this week's science experiment with Professor, a doctor, if you will, Sherman P. Lackowitz and his assistant Tom. Take a look.
Hello, my name is Dr. Sherman Lackowitz, and this is my assistant Tom. Before we begin, I must remind you that do not try these experiments at home. I'm a professional. I have degrees at Winona State, St. Mary's College, Winona Technical College, and they're all in degrees of engineering. Today's experiment is a turbo skateboard. You know, skateboarding has taken off with these kids lately, and I think with the help of this invention, we can make them reach new heights in skateboarding. What I have done is attached a turbocharger to the end of the skateboard, and notice the aerodynamic shape of the skateboard. This is a must in maintaining control of the skateboard up to 90 miles per hour. Now I'm gonna put Bob onto the skateboard, and he's gonna...
Tom, Doctor. Bob is my brother.
I'm sorry, Tom. What we are gonna do is put you on the skateboard, and we're gonna experiment and show us how fast this beauty can go.
I am?
Yeah, you are.
But you said you didn't say nothing about skate. You said sure is a nice day for a walk in the park, Tom.
You have nothing to worry about. This is perfectly safe.
It won't be a little dangerous?
No, I've taken every safety precaution, and there's nothing that can go wrong. You're perfectly safe.
Well, what if I have to stop, you know, in case somebody comes or something?
Right here, Tom. We have a red button. And that red button kills the engine immediately, so you can stop right away. You have nothing to worry about.
Are you sure? It's
yes.
not going to be like those springy shoes?
No, you'll be perfectly fine. Hop, I'll get on.
Okay. Well, I'll go this way.
Now I'm going to start this engine with my remote control. And here we are. It appears that I've overlooked one safety precaution. Are you okay, Tom?
I think I lacerated a kidney. Oh.
Well, of course you did. You didn't hit the kill button. Well, it's back to the drawing board.
Tom.
Poor Tom. 2 experiments and
2 misses.
2 misses. But they'll try again. He'll get it right.
I think
have
he will,
faith in
too.
Dr. Sherman P. Lafowitz.
Oh, I
myself.
think he will get it right.
Time to win, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to play and win a $10 gift certificate from the Big Cheese right here in Winona. 2 locations for you to choose from. And with $10, you can buy a truckload of food by guessing which member of the Studio 6 crew wheel our Studio 6 crew wheel lands on. 6 names, 3 people going to get a chance to win. Let's crank up the wheel, give you those 6 choices, then we'll go to the phone and give those 3 people a chance to win their gift certificate. And let's do it. Could it be Kristen Keith's girlfriend Bottleson we missed? Now Jim, Life is the Pets. Jill, Hansel and Gretel. Matt Smallmouth Bass will flog the control room for screwing this up after the show. Sound good? Matt the Slee Shoesby. We're unforgiving, Jill. Heather, I Like Leather Logan.
They were just only trying to hurry you along.
Matt the Slee Shoesby. 452-6040. 3 people. Hi, you're going to get a chance to win. Hi. Hi, what's your name, sir?
Justin.
I'm sorry, what?
Justin.
Justin? Who's it going to land on, Justin?
Jill, Hansel, and Gretel.
All right,
Thank you.
hoping for a Jill. Hi, you're going to get a chance to win.
Hey, yeah, what's up?
Not a whole lot. Who's it going to land on, Pat?
Kristen, Keith's girlfriend, Bottleson.
Kristen for Pat Barkley. How about them North Stars?
Yeah, well, who cares?
And finally, you're going to get a chance to win.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Pat.
Paul. Who's going to land on, Paul?
Matt Sheesby.
Matt the Slee Sheesby, looking for 2 weeks in a row. They're all on hold. Wind it down. Listen to some spinning wheel music. I think the control room's back in business still.
Al, they're just trying to hurry you along. They know they're going to be running late, so they were trying to hurry you. Come on! Need a winner!
Looking for Jill, Kristen, or Shees.
Any day now.
You really cranked it up tonight. Coming around, doesn't look good. Just gotta get all the way to Shees. Gotta get all the way.
Oh!
Line!
Do-over!
I'm sorry, we can't do it. It's not a do-over if it's no man's land. I'm sorry. And we gave away 2 last week. You know who's gonna be really mad? This man right here. Paul, sorry, you were about an inch shy.
Inside? Come on, Al, you can give me an inch.
Well, a rule's a rule, Paul. I feel horrible about it, though.
Meanie.
I bet Matt does too.
He
If
called
we start
last
just
week.
giving them away, you know, then
called last
we've ruined the
week,
wheel.
too.
But try again, okay, Paul?
All right.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yep.
And Pat Barkley, just like the Detroit Red Wings, you couldn't win either.
This game's rigged, just like the North Stars.
This game's rigged, just like the North Stars. That could be. Thanks a lot. Try again, Pat.
Yep.
Okay, and Justin, sorry.
No problem, Al. I'll try again.
Justin, you're a first-time caller, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, thanks a lot for getting through. And
Thanks,
try again,
Justin.
all right?
Okay.
Justin seems like a nice young man.
Bye.
Unlike that evil Pat Barkley.
He's just pissed off because Detroit are playing bad.
Pat Barkley, we don't have a show, so I'll tell you.
I can too.
I'll tell you from the horse's mouth. Edmonton in 5. I think the North Stars are going to choke now.
North Stars
You agree,
in
Jill?
7.
You agree, Jill?
North Stars in 7.
The eternal optimist.
North Stars in 7.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, we have an editorial comment. Now, we normally don't have editorial comments on our show Light at Night, but we thought it'd be a nice thing to try and see how it works off. And the gentleman came in and said he'd like to make some editorial comments on the air. And who are we to deny him? We try to fulfill a public service here in Winona. So with no further ado, let's go to an editorial comment from Dr. Dieter J. Kral. Dr. Dieter J. Kral, ladies and gentlemen. Take it away, Doctor.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Dieter J. Kral. I'd now like to take this time to speak out on that pathetic group of people who work at Westmark Cable Studio 6 and their boss, Al Light. First, let me start with the show, if you will, Light at Night. Not only is this show incredibly distasteful, but it is preposterous to believe that such a show can actually be put on the air in this country. The show has no practical purpose other than, shall we say, used toilet paper. It is a blatant insult on the intellect of outstanding citizens of this community, namely myself. In protest of this poison of the airwaves, I propose a sit-down strike outside the studios during one of these shows. That will show Al Light and Westmark Cable that we, as a concerned community, are not going to put up with shenanigans, and we are concerned with quality programming. Speaking of Westmark Cable in general, who does Al Light think he's fooling by setting the cable rates 8 times higher in Winona than that of La Crosse's? We know he does this just so that he can pocket all of the profits. And another thing, I find Al Light guilty of corrupting our youth. Ever since the show Light at Night first aired back in January, there's been a sharp increase of violent crimes in the Winona area. And another thing, speaking of violent crimes, I find Al Light personally responsible for all of the rioting that has taken place in La Crosse over the past weekend. Obviously, the rioting started when a group of enraged Winona Cable subscribers vented their anger out on the innocent town of La Crosse after learning that La Crosse residents pay 10 times less for their subscriptions. And another thing, I find Al Light totally responsible for all the state's budget cuts that have been going on lately. And this includes all of the teachers that will be laid off at the fine University of Winona State and all of the surrounding schools as well. We all know it's because Al is indeed a distant cousin of Minnesota Governor Arnie Carlson. Furthermore, there are over 2 million homeless people in the United States alone, and it's all Al Light's fault. And another thing, Israel has been feuding with the Arab world for thousands of years, and it's all because of Al Light. The greenhouse effect, polar caps melting, the ozone layer, it's all Al's fault. He's a communist, he should be arrested, drawn and quartered, and his body fed to man-eating piranha! This has been an editorial. I'm Dr. Dieter J. Kroll.
Al, you monster, you. Look what you
Kroll,
created.
Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't help it, Jill. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Let's take a commercial timeout. And when we come back, your favorite senior citizens, Sid and Maury, and some more great talent coming up. Stay tuned. Light at Night. Dieter J. Kroll, good job.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom.
Hi, I'm Al Light of TCI Cable Studio 6, inviting you to join us for Winona Sports Talk. Every Sunday night, I'll talk to coaches, players, and people in the know about local Winona sports.
And I'll bring you the scores of every game, including highlights about the high school and college level.
And each week we'll take your phone calls to discuss local, regional, or national sports.
Plus, we'll play sports trivia, giving you a chance to win. So tune in every Sunday night live at 7 p.m. on TCI Cable Studio 6 for Winona Sports Talk.
Let me ask you a question. What's a veteran?
Well, I know what vet means, but not veteran.
It's a person who takes care of animals.
Well, it's a person who worked, like, who was in the war and I guess survived it.
Like Veterans Day?
Children who don't know what a veteran is can't appreciate what veterans have done. Please, America, let's not forget.
You're watching TCI of Southern Minnesota Studio 6, serving Winona with the finest in local programming.
Welcome back to Light at Night. We have to keep moving along very quickly here. That was a very nice shot, but next time could you pick another cameraman? Someone a little more attractive? Mike, you're a beautiful man.
Tony Klipsick, he's a North Stars fan.
Yeah, like Tony Klipsick. He's a reformed North Stars fan. Your favorite senior citizens are back, and they've done a lot of things. They've gone skiing.
Movies.
The very first show they did the movies, and they're coming back. Why do you get things out of order? And now you can't lead me into my nice smooth segue, Hansel. She screws everything up. What else did they do? They went skiing and then bowling. And our very first episode of Light at Night, the premiere way back in January, the day that made Pete J. Krall so happy he just couldn't contain himself. The day we premiered, they reviewed the movies. Well, they're back to review 3 more movies for us, and let's do it. Sid and Maury and the movies, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Maury of the Bloomer Advance.
Hi, and I'm Sid from the Maple Monthly.
Our first movie won an Oscar. In fact, a whole bunch of them. It's called Dances with Wolves.
Who'd want to dance with a bunch of wolves? Ain't that a little dangerous?
That's why I think they won the Emmy.
You mean the Oscar?
Oh, whatever. Let's take a look at the clip. Great movie. I loved everything about this.
Oh, and you should have seen the wolf had great dance moves. It's like Michael Jackson up there in the Jackson 7.
Oh, he did have some funky moves, all right. I give this one 2 legs up.
What?
Did you say something?
I didn't say nothing. I like this movie too. I give it 2 legs up also.
Me too. On to our next movie, Sid.
Thank you very much, Maury. Our next movie is about 5 black singers from the 60s. It's called The 5 Deadbeats. So let's take a look.
Where's my...
Oh, God, sugar pie! You ate that dog, fly guy! No!
What the phone number, baby?
I didn't like this movie at all. It moved much too slow. I mean, it moved slower than you and I.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I love the movie. I love the directing. I give it 2 legs up.
You don't know what you're talking about. The acting was horrible. It's just much too slow. Much too slow.
Huh?
What?
Did you say something?
I didn't say nothing. You just don't know what you're talking about. I hope your teeth fall out.
Yours have.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh, whatever. On to our next movie. It's about a man-eating Holstein. It's called Silence of the Cows. Let's take a look.
There it is.
I didn't like this movie too much. There was too much blood. No legs on this one.
The blood was perfect. There was great blood. I love the blood. I mean, the acting was horrible, but I love the blood. I give it 1 leg up.
Okay, let's review our picks. On the first movie, Dances with Wolves, I was impressed with all the Grammys the movie took home. Sid thought the wolves could really dance well, and we both agree that Dancing with Wolves is dangerous and should not be attempted at home. So both of us give this one 2 legs up.
Then we took a look at The 5 Deadbeats. Maury thought it had great directing, it was well written, great acting, and the cinematography was superb. I thought it stunk. I give it no legs, he gave it 2 legs.
And our last movie, Silence of the Cows, a story about a man eating ruminant. Too much blood for me, no legs up. Not enough blood for Sid, but with acting, Sid gives it 1 leg up.
What the hell's ruminant?
It's a cow, I think. Well, that'll do it for this edition of At the Movies. I'm Maury of the Bloomer Advance.
And I'm Sid from the Maple Monthly for Sid and Maury at the Movies.
That's Maury and Sid at the movies.
Sid and Maury at the
Maury and
movies.
Sid.
Sid and Maury
Maury
at the
and
movies.
Sid.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Sid and Maury at
Maury
the
and
movies.
Sid.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're
you
nuts.
bastard.
You son of a
look at
bastard.
your teeth on the floor all
Oh,
over the
my
place.
gosh. Look at this mess you've made. What are you, nuts here?
Oh,
Look.
yeah.
They cleaned
Oh,
the
yeah,
place
sure.
up, and you
Oh,
throw
what the
popcorn
hell's
all over
a
the place.
ruminant?
That's...
A ruminant.
A cow, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Don't you know what a cow is?
ruminant is
Have
what
you
you
never
do.
had a science class in your life?
Ruminant is the carpeting that they have left over when they lay carpeting in someone's house.
That's a remnant, I think.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
What?
Did you say
I
something?
didn't say nothing.
Okay.
Sid and Maury, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank Carish Theaters for letting us use our theater, and I saw Jill.
Who theaters?
Excellence Theaters. I'm living in the
Cine
past
4.
as usual. Cine 4, Excellence Theaters. I saw 2 movies. I'd recommend them both this weekend. I saw Sleeping with the Enemy, excellent, and Out for Justice, all right if you like mindless violence. Pretty good.
Steven Seagal.
Steven
Great
Seagal,
guy.
tough
It was
man.
a great movie.
Let's move along quickly
Lots
so we
of
can
action.
fit it all in. Well, quickly
Lots of
while they're
action.
queuing up the tape, Danielle's leaving us for the summer.
Goodbye.
And sad to see you go. And where are we going to be after the show if anyone wants to say goodbye to you? Nasties?
Nasties.
Okay, well, not Wellington's, Nasties.
Nasty.
We never go to Wellington's.
We'll never go to Wellington's again.
We'll tell that story some other week. But Danielle, have fun over the summer.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next year. And rumor has it you might be sitting in Jill's chair.
Might.
She will be.
Well, she might still be here looking for a job.
If anybody has a job out there,
It's going to be hard to get a job for Jill. We'll try our best, though. Let's go to our second talent presentation. Quickly, Mr. Rob Edwards, a beautiful ballad, Through the Years. Here it is.
I can't remember when you weren't there, when I didn't care for anyone but you. I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we've missed. Can't imagine anything the two of us can't do. Through the years, you've never let me down. You turned my life around. I know the years, I know I belong with you. Through the years, I've never been afraid. I've loved the life we've made, and I'm so glad I've stayed right here with you. Through the years, I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted, who I listened to before. I swear you taught me everything I know. Can't imagine needing someone so. But through the years it seems to me I need you more and more. Through the years, through all the good and bad, I knew how much we had. I've always been so glad to be with you. Through the years, it's better every day. You've kissed my tears away. As long as it's okay, I'll stay with you through the years. Through the years when everything went wrong, together we were strong. I know that I belong right here with you. Through the years, I've never had a doubt. We'd always work things out. I've learned what love's about by loving you through the years. Through the
Rob Edwards. Jill, I told told you Nasty Habits was a fine establishment?
Very fine
They
establishment.
just proved it. They called and said they don't want our kind down there. A fine establishment. They don't
That
want
means-
rowdy clientele. No, they welcomed us down there, and they're a fun place to go.
Yeah.
Better than
There'll be
Wellington.
people there.
Abby brought a cake tonight.
For Dave's
Abby Walking Stick, and yes, that is her real name. Everyone we had so many birthdays. This is a composite
Let
cake.
her talk.
Go, Abby, quickly.
Okay, it was
We're out of
David's
time.
birthday, April 1st.
David's April 1st.
John's April 10th, and
April
Megan's
10th
was
for John.
yesterday, April 28th.
Megan's was
Happy birthday!
And Matt Sheesby's is coming up this weekend.
4th, Springfest Day.
But he'll want a separate cake just for him after that acting performance
And
tonight.
Julie needs to get her fingers out of there.
Emmy. He deserves an Emmy.
Emmy who?
Closing comments real quick.
What's Emmy's last name?
What?
Closing comments real quick.
I'm going to write on this cake, Al. Happy.
Yeah, Jill already screwed it.
Let me finish
Plugs.
it.
Shorties,
If you're
cartoon
watching a live
cocktails.
show
Let's
on
spit all
Monday
over.
night, directly following will be the Women's Tournament of Champions. Exciting bowling action. Stay tuned for it. It'll be replayed Tuesday at 7. If you're watching one of our replays on either Tuesday or Sunday, you've missed the women's, but don't miss the men's coming up next Monday at 9 p.m. and replay Tuesday at 7. Once again, no Winona or Sports Dog or Sports Line this Sunday due to our taping of bowling. Both shows will return on Mother's Day, May 12th. Remember your mother that day. Next week here on Light at Night, Al's Record Collection, Holly Homemaker, Matt Cheeseby Wrestling.
Wait.
Too numerous to mention. Real quick.
One more. Cartoon cocktails at Shorty's Bar on Saturday morning starting at 8 o'clock, 8 to 12. You can watch your favorite cartoons and drink
And get ready for Springfield.
orange juice.
And tonight we're saying goodbye to Danielle at Nasty. Show up. We'll see you. Good night, Jonathan.
Bye.
Next week, right here, Light at Night. Fit it all in, Jill. Said we couldn't do it.
I didn't have a closing comment.
Yeah.